Howdy. So we're doing Discharge. I'm not really sure where to start with this. I guess we'll start with the tree. This is what it looks like. You can check the POB for a better description, but I'm doing fire, large clusters, here, and then all of the mediums are the same with vast power and magnifier for AoE and some multi. And then these small ones are prismatic heart, one enduring composure, and the rest are prismatic heart. I put a watchers in here. You can put a prismatic heart there. It's fine. This is definitely necessary on this build, just because, as you can see, we have under 3,000 life on this, so it's very squishy. It's not a good build. I wouldn't recommend playing it. I just wanted to get this idea out there, and hopefully somebody can improve upon it and make it good or decent. So they reworked Discharge. The major changes is the massive amount of flat damage you get. So you get around 800 roughly flat damage per charge that you consume. Before it was like a lot less, like 100 or 200 per charge. Caveat is it has a 2-second cooldown. We're not using the Endless Misery Jewel here. What we are doing is using a Divergent Discharge. So I'll explain that in a second. But we're scaling a bunch of on-hit damage. There's a few different ways that I've done this. According to POB, Ignite is the best DPS. But with our health being what it is, this feels a lot better because I don't have to worry about, like, if you ignite something and it takes a second for it to die, it can kill you in that time, so this feels a little bit safer. I have one wand with Explodey. You can do a lot of different stuff with this build. I've ran it with 2 Storm Prisons, ran it with Void Batteries, Terminus even. There's just a million different things you can do, but I wanted to get the general idea out there. So we use 1 Storm Prison, which is actually better than a Void Battery here, I think, because we get the power charge on kill, which helps us keep our charges up in case we do consume them. So the main difference with this build with other Dischargers, there's a million different ways to play Discharge. This one uses Divergent, and then I use a +1 Dialysis Malefication. So I get the green socket gives me +10 quality to the Discharge, and then the red sockets give me +1 level to my Enhance, plus a +1 level of socketed gems for all of them, which means my Enhance is level 6, which means I get an extra 40 qual from that. So this ends up being 20 plus 10 plus 40, so it ends up being like, it's like 70% quality. And you can see at the very bottom it gives us a 35% chance to deal damage without removing charges. And then we get a 30% chance to do damage without removing charges from this. Total is 65% chance to do damage without removing charges, which is super nice. So I have +1 power charges here. I just tried to get as many sources of Frenzy or Power Charge on kill as I could, just in case you do lose your charges, you get some pretty big pops. It'll get you back up to, like, I don't know, typically 5 or 6 charges total, so you can kind of use it again. The odds of, like, not getting this to proc twice is pretty rare, so even if you get half your charges, the next time you use it, you kill some stuff, you should get up to full charges. If not, you should get close after a couple. So that's kind of the main function of the build. We use an Enduring Composure for endurance charges. I did this with Slayer for the where is it? I'll show you on POB. For the endurance charges equal to your max frenzy charges. So Juiciest did a build about this. Juiciest, one Quack Man. So it's just like stack a bunch of power charges. You get like 11 of each, and jeez, you scale damage that way. I tried doing that. I just couldn't get, like, I kept dying. It was too hard to get like phase acro with it and get all this other stuff in there. You just start off in a better spot over here, less time spent pathing, less points spent pathing, so you can grab more stuff. Main thing is the 3 power charges. I have this one Anointed Overcharged for 8% chance to get a power frenzy or endurance charge on kill. We use Enduring Composure to start off with. So we run into a map and we pop our Deirdre's Elixir, which counts as a hit. So we start off with around 5 charges, and that's enough to get us a little bit of AoE, a little bit of damage. That can usually kill the first pack as long as they're not blue or yellow. And then we just steamroll the rest of the map. I'll show you what a map looks like. Probably going to die. This is not a good build. Do not play this build. It's just kind of a fun idea. You can play around with it though. Like if anyone finds out any better way to do this than I'm doing, let me know, because I think there's some potential for this to be really cool. Pop Blood Rage. This is the build. Just don't get hit ever by anything. If you keep an eye on my charges in the top left up here, you'll see that they don't really expend It's only 65%, but it feels like a lot more. It feels like I get a lot more than 65% of the time. Like I should on average be able to use it twice, and then the third one expends charges, but and you see that one expended them, but because I have so many on kill, oh jeez. See, not a good build. But because I have so many on kill, then it doesn't. It gets back up to full charges or close to, even if it does expend them. So it kind of uses both. I think the best way to use this is going to be cast on crit with the Endless Misery Jewel, because the cool part about cast on crit is you can get it to proc really fast, but you lose all your charges. So if you never lose charges, then you just keep cast on critting at full charges, at full full charges. The single target's really bad. I have a weapon swap to a Terminus set up with a cast on crit. See, it doesn't do a lot of damage. This is just to help it dodge. There's two of them. Yeah, build's not good. This build is not good. But it's kind of a neat idea. I've been wanting to play with this ever since I saw the changes to Discharge. I've been really wanting to play with this. Like, the hard part is getting the badge, which is 50E. Real quick on conversion. So we use Call of the Brotherhood. So we take Avatar Fire, which means we get 50% of our lightning and cold and physical converted to fire. So for the power charges, it's a bunch of lightning damage. So half of that gets converted to fire from the Avatar Fire, and the other half gets converted to cold. And then after it gets converted to cold, Avatar Fire converts half of that cold damage into fire, and then the cold to fire support gem also converts the rest of it into fire, if that makes any sense at all. So that's how we're getting all the elemental conversion into fire. We're just using this to funnel it. You can do this with, I have the +1 power charges ring, which I think is almost necessity. Also, you need to craft a +1 power charge on the helmet. I don't have it done yet, but I'm going to. If you want to run 2 Call of Brotherhoods, I'm just not really scaling power charges at all, or sorry, endurance charges. I just have the normal maximum 3. If you want to scale just power and frenzy, then you can drop this for another Call of the Brotherhood with the elemental damage catalysts on there to get almost full conversion to cold, and then you can do a cold variant of this if you want to, like some big juicy freezes. So you can try that. That's kind of a brief rundown. I just wanted to throw this out there. It's not good, but I wanted to see if anyone had any cool ideas or what to do with this. If you make an actual good build out of this, let me know, like comment, and I really want to see it. I'll link the pop in the description too. Thanks. Bye.